We welcome you back to High Heat, one of the best videos that you will ever see, one of the best father-son combinations to ever play this great game of baseball. Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr. on the program, joining me now talking about the Hank Aaron Invitational there at the Jackie Robinson Complex in Vero Beach, Florida. Gentlemen, thanks for being with me. And Senior, we'll start with you. What's been the best part about this weekend and seeing all these young, talented kids?
Well, the best part for me is just seeing all this talent here, the young kids getting the opportunity to play baseball. So, I mean, I didn't think I'd ever see this in my entire career. This many young black kids playing baseball here at the Hank Aaron Invitational.
And it's so much more fun to see all these kids with the smiles on their faces, and obviously the advancement and what we want to do with the sport of baseball in inner cities and making sure that black kids, African American kids get to participate in this sport. And Junior, there are 100 different amateur athletes from 22 states and from Puerto Rico. Can you remember when you were that young trying to make your way in this game?
No, I try to forget that far back. No, I mean, you know, this thing is unbelievable. I mean, you know, that's the great thing about baseball. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you can play and you love the game, you're going to be here. And I think that's what this, you know, the Youth Development Group, they show, MLB-MLBPA, they're all in this to advance the game. And I think that's the most important thing is we're trying to get kids to play baseball and be out there.
And this is a diversity-focused camp, obviously, making sure that so many people get to participate that perhaps wouldn't be able to participate in the sport before. And I know that you're going to have 44 of the best players, of course, and a nod to Hank Aaron participating at Truist Field in Atlanta. And I was wondering if each of you would share a Hank Aaron story with me, what he meant to you. Senior, we'll go ahead and start with you, sir.
Well, me, I would have to say my biggest moment was I was a rookie in 1974, and I played in the game that Hank Aaron hit 714. But I had already, you know, talked to Hank the day before, and, you know, Dusty Baker was there, Ralph Garr was there, and those, you know, but Hank was one of my idols, along with Willie Stargell was another one. But my biggest thing was the fact that I was a rookie, and I played in the game that he had number 714 to tie Babe Ruth.
That's an incredible story. And Junior, what about you? I know likely a mentor to you as well, probably around you a lot more as a young man coming up in this game.
Well, for me, it was the first time I met him. Dad playing in Atlanta, walking in the locker room, and all the stories you hear, and not getting to meet him, and all of a sudden he walks into the locker room and he goes, there he is, and I just looked like this. And I just point, and he's over there laughing because I think I was like 12, 13.
12.
He's over there laughing because I'm like, that's the guy you've been talking about. That's him. And he came over and he goes, how you doing, young fella? And I wanted to just fall out right there. And he shook my hand. And you hear the stories of how big and strong his hands were. I was like, I just looked at my hand after shaking it, and my dad just goes, what are you doing? I go, he shook my hand, Dad. and you know, the things that he's done for you know, baseball and what he's done for me, you know, guiding in life, you know, after baseball. You know, I will tell a fun story that happened during the shoot, the screening of 42. He had the first seat, and I positioned myself right where he really couldn't see me, and I looked down and I said, excuse me, sir, but this is my seat. And he looked at me, and then I said, yeah, they told me if I come here, this is going to be my seat. And, I mean, I don't mind if you just scoot over one, you know. And he had that look like, I don't know who this is, but he ain't going to talk to me this way. And then I moved out the way. And Miss Hand goes, Junior, quit messing with him. And he looked at me and goes, oh, you got me good. And then, you know, like it was funny because every time that I saw him, I gave him a hug.
I wanted to kill him.
But it was the funniest thing because I was sitting there like, oh, I got him. He can't see me. The screen is white. I got him. And, you know,
great.
Just the stories that he would tell me growing up, and even now, you know, up until his passing, the things that he did, you know, when I was at the Hall of Fame, the stories he would tell, and having to sit at the same table with him at the Hall of Fame dinner was probably one of the biggest highlights for me, is just sitting there going, that's still him, and he's still the man, and everybody looks at him like he is the man.
He is. He was.
He is the man.
Yeah.
He was the man. That's so amazing. Such great stories. And it's funny, too, because you see those 100 young men around you guys right now, and you realize, Junior, that some of those young men are looking at you and feeling the same way about you as you did about Mr. Aaron. Does it sit well with you that it kind of has come full circle? They're looking at you like, he's the man. That's the man.
Yeah, but that.
Well, he is the man now.
But, yeah, but.
You just seen when he was little, though. He was a pain.
See, he's not supposed to tell these type of stories in front of, you know, a nationwide
He was a
audience.
pain. Yes,
he's
he
supposed
was.
to just say, hey, he was a great kid growing up, didn't get any
Great
trouble.
kid, never got into any trouble.
Is that what I was supposed to say?
That was you were supposed to say. That was the opening
No,
line.
I can't lie.
We discussed this prior
We
to
on
this.
national TV. You think I'm gonna lie on national TV?
I wish you would.
He was a pain.
No, yeah, I do understand that. I understand that
Perfectly.
perfectly.
Yes,
But
I
you know,
know.
the thing is that, you know, it's our time to give back, just like Hank gave back, and
Exactly.
and the teachers before him, for Jackie Robinson on down, Willie Mays, all these guys have given back to baseball. It's our turn now.
Well, we certainly appreciate the two of you taking the time to be with us. It's always a special time when you can honor Hank Aaron, and it's even more special when you can
Yes.
pass on Mr. Aaron's legacy to the young men that are there right now at the Hank Aaron Invitational. Junior, senior, thank you so much, you guys, for taking the time to be with us today on High Heat.
No
Thank
problem.
you. I appreciate it.